you're going to be disappointing them. So one of the things is, if you have considered any other businesses or franchises, if you would like, just jot them down in the chat window, and I'll use them as examples as we go through. Okay, so also as well, we don't have any vehicles or machinery. I know a number of small businesses and franchises require you to have vehicles and machinery. And besides being costly, many businesses become quite dependent on vehicles and on machinery. And the majority of the time, they're not reliable. So you have to factor in, the costs of, downtime with either vehicles or machinery. And whether the machinery is for travelling or for moving or for printing or cleaning, they break down. And again, you're going to have customers who are more often than not going to be upset because they're not going to get their service or the product. Okay, so the third point is we don't have any stock. We don't buy any stock. We don't transport any stock. We don't store it. We don't have to maintain the correct levels of the correct items. We don't have to have the inventory systems that go along with stock. And we don't have any breakages. And we don't have any wastage. We just don't have any stock. And if you can imagine any small business, you can immediately visualize the stock and the buying processes that are involved. So that really is a great advantage. Okay, another big advantage is that there's no working away from home. There's no rush hour traffic. There's no daily travelling expenses. There's no nights away. And there's just flexibility and part-time hours from your own home. And on the odd occasion where you do need to visit clients, they're local. And just on a similar point, the training is done via Skype. So we share screens and I guide you through the training. And it's just like me sitting next to you. There's no days away at any training centre. I don't have to come to you and you don't have to come to me. Okay, so in terms of financing, the cost of a franchise is dependent on the size of a territory. However, we do have a payment plan which spreads the payments over 15 months to ease the burden. I can discuss individual costs with you, and obviously I will do with anybody who wants to do that at any stage. But if you do have a particular query about accounting, then pop it into the chat window and I'll get back to you. Okay, so I'll just come back in there. So as you can see from the list that I've just gone through, we do offer a great alternative to many other businesses that you could enter into. However, we don't stop there. I'll just take you through one or two other advantages. Our What's On sites are very well established, and What's On for me is rapidly snapping at the heels. Our junior sites are now internationalised as well into Australia and soon to be launched in America as well. And I'm sure in time that What's On for me will be joining them there too. We've won many awards, and as you can see them spinning in there. And you can also as well see our logos around the page. What's On for me won Best Brand at the Celebration of Enterprise Awards in November. And we also have the Gold Website Award as well from the Mumpreneur UK website. Okay, so in terms of the business model, just to briefly mention before we go into any detail about it, we have a proven model with the What's On For Me, sorry, the What's On For range of sites. And we have 75,000 visitors a month to the sites. We have 27,000 email subscribers. We've got 20,000 listings, hundreds of advertisers across the range. And also as well, our current awards attract thousands of nominations and 10 in the thousands of votes for the successful nominees. Okay, so what I'd like to go on to next is, in a little bit more detail, the business model that we have. The format is successful across the What's On For Me websites, and it's standardised in the following ways. We have the visitor search process, which is standard across the website. So any visitor that comes to the What's On For sites has exactly the same format. They enter in the same size and style box, the format and the keywords and the towns and the presentation of the results is also very similar. The advertiser access, pricing and promotion is exactly the same across the range. We also as well have the sales and marketing approach, which again, everything is pro forma on emails, the contact that you have with customers, and also as well the approach that the salespeople will take in order to process a listing and to process invoices. Everything is conducted mainly online, and it's a very robust and rigorous approach from all angles for visitors, for advertisers and the salespeople. In terms of the content advertising, banners, feature pages, newsletters, again, we have a very structured system in order to manage how we promote these different features. And again, it's the same across all of the sites. We have a standardized format for the newsletters and for the email updates, and set dates as well when they will be distributed. We have the annual awards, and again, very successful. We've been running now for several years in the junior sites, and pretty shortly, towards the end of this year, we'll be looking to introduce the What's On For Me 2011 awards. And again, it will follow the exact same format, which again is extremely successful. Okay, so just a little bit more then about the website management system. Okay, so the good thing about it, and you can take a sigh of relief, is that there is no HTML code whatsoever. A number of websites now have introduced content management systems, and ours, as you can see there, that is the menu that a franchisee would see, and this handles all of the day-to-day management and the content management. General administration, where you have dozens of inbuilt reports that you can access at any time. You have the site management area here, and then you've got your site settings and the features for sending out emails and generating mailing lists. Again, all in one place, and all very easy and simple to manage. In terms of the content management system, when you want to do something a little bit bespoke for advertisers, again, it's quite easy to do. What you can see there is an input screen from the content management system pages here, and it's completely like using a Word document. And if need be, what you can do is design your feature in Word, and you can simply copy it across. And so if you feel comfortable developing your own content, then this is just this will be the main feature that you would use. You would treat the site as though it was a magazine, and you could come in here and you could alter the content as often with as much information as you like. Or we have templates of content which we can copy over in literally minutes. So it really does mean that within about 10 hours of training, training actually takes about 20-25 hours, but the first 10 hours of it is concentrated on being able to get your system up and running so that you would have a website that is ready for visitors. And that can take about 10 hours. It's scheduled over a number of days, convenient for both of us, and you could be up and running. And we currently have a record with our South Yorkshire franchise with taking just 2 weeks to be up and running. Bev signed on the 1st of March, and she now has a website which is open for visitors. Absolutely amazing. Okay, so again, I'll just come back in there. If you were wondering what it's like, as many people do, to run a What's On For Me website, then I can give you a first-hand account. I've been running the What's On For Me County Durham site for, since August last year. And so I completely know firsthand exactly what it's like. So I'm just going to take you through a few points here. And if you do have any questions, or if you do want me to address anything that I haven't covered, then again, just pop it in the chat window and I'll try to answer those as we go through. Okay, so as I've mentioned, in the very, very short term, the setup is quick and simple and easy, and you can be, as we've seen with Bev in South Yorkshire, you can be up and running in less than 2 weeks, which is absolutely amazing. The training is done via Skype, and it's scheduled around your current commitments, and then the recruitment process begins. Once you're up and running, we switch on the facility for visitors to find your site. So you'll start to attract visitors to your site. And once this happens, then the floodgates open. People want to find activities. Visitors contact you, or they may contact you. They may have queries about, do you know of this that's going on in the area, via the contact you screen. Advertisers may contact you. So you need to structure you and your team's hours for the week in order to manage your website. And your role will be to contact local content advertisers as well, who do want to play a bigger role in the website, in all the different promotional features.